Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we are watching a video called 6 Gimmick Peripherals that were accidents just waiting to happen. Now, what's funny about this one is, by the way, it's from, it's called like a Outsidexbox or something like that. But it's an old video from like 8 years ago. But what's really funny about it is half of the things that they said were awful ideas, people have made worse, and now they sell even crazier versions of them. This is why you got shot collars and other bullshit now. Anyway, this was a lot of fun to go through, and it's kind of interesting to see how it aged. Enjoy. Let's take a look at it. I think it's about Xbox peripherals, though, but maybe it's everything.
When you are a, shall we say, natural klutz, as prone to accidents as
Is the video seem a little lower than normal?
we are, the benefit of playing video games is that you get to sit quite still on a large piece of furniture, holding a controller without any pointy bits, pressing buttons without any sharp edges. Which is to say, you're just about as safe as you can be from tripping over, hitting your head, or otherwise doing yourself a mischief. That's until you add a spicy dash of risk to
I remember this thing. Did we have this when I worked at GameStop? No, I don't think we had this version of it. I think we had like one of the original ones, because when I worked at GameStop, the original Wii had just come out, and there were a bunch of insane peripherals with that. But Xbox was also trying to compete at the same time. I don't remember if this was one of them, but I do remember a lot of people coming in telling us that they shattered their TVs because they threw a fucking controller at it. Or they fell into it because the original Xbox had the... you know, that weird camera system thing? It was like the Xbox Kinect or whatever the heck it was. It was not great. In any way. It was always fucking broken and had a bunch of security issues with it. Yeah, it was the Kinect, but they also had like a second version of it. I think I worked at GameStop during the time they had the first and second version. I want to say... I was working there between 2008 and 2011, maybe. Somewhere in that area. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like the GameStop hell. Easiest job I ever got. One of the dumbest managers I've ever had. He was legit stealing from customers. You know the Xbox, when people would stick the discs on the thing to see if they had those little scanners that basically told you if the disc worked. They added those towards the end of my time there. But he was like telling people, "Oh, sorry, this one's broken," and then he was like taking one or two of the discs and like hiding them in the attic to like resell later. And we only found out about it because I ended up locking the, those, we had those big security bars for the back door. And I ended up locking one of my coworkers in the back because he was really annoying, which is probably a fire hazard. And his bright idea was like, well, if I can't, he's like, I don't want to work and organize stuff. So I'm going to go into the bathroom back here and then go into the attic and then I'll escape that way. He went up into the attic and he sees like a treasure trove of like $800 worth of games and things. He's like, what the fuck is this doing here? And instead of telling me, by messaging me up the front, he goes up through the attic, walks through the thing, and I guess there was this kid in one of the aisles looking at games or something like that, and he lifts up one of those, like, the styrofoam, like, ceiling panels that all the stores had, and he looks down and he's like, what are you doing there, kid? So this fucking crazy guy is in the ceiling, and then he closes the thing. I'm, like, looking up at this, and his kid starts screaming that there's some guy in the ceiling, and I'm like, oh, god damn it. I send my coworker a message. I'm like, get the fuck down here. I'll open the door. He's like, yeah, we got something else to talk about. So we discuss what we're going to do about those $800 worth of games, right? So we do what normal people do. We tell our district manager. Our manager got promoted. And we're like, what the fuck? Are you like sleeping together? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? The only upside is they got promoted to a store outside of our district. So I was like, oh, thank God you're leaving. They're not going to do anything about stealing from customers. No, not even a little. Nope, promotion. Yeah, GameStop. What a weird fucking company.
Your chosen hobby with one of these exciting peripherals and gamble on your natural sense of balance, coordination and self-preservation to keep you safe.
The golf one didn't look too bad right off the bat.
Good luck with that.
But I can guarantee you someone fucking broke something.
In 2009, the Tony Hawk skateboarding game franchise asked the question, what do you get if you take a skateboard and remove the wheels? You know,
the HP is for anyone who joins followers and things, subscribes or whatever, basically kills my HP bar, and then if it actually gets killed off, you become the stream boss until someone else takes it from you. I don't know, it's just this little thing I could add and I thought it was fun.
The fun bits.
It doesn't work for everything though.
And make people stand on it.
It works for like cheers and things like that.
The answer is the worst selling Tony Hawk game ever. The other, more pertinent answer.
That was a really bad Tony Hawk game. It really was.
Is you get Tony Hawk Ride and its board controller, which looked like a skateboard deck without wheels, because that's what it was.
Rocket right here. Come on, here's a rocket.
They kind of promoted it to, if I remember right, it was promoted kind of like with the Back to the Future kind of feel to it. So it was. Did we add the Vettel back as an emote? I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did. Anyway, so the Tony Hawk board was promoted like the Back to the Future skateboard. At least that's what a lot of companies were doing, even though it had nothing to do with that. Oh yeah, we added that.
In theory, you played the game by tilting and turning the board around on its smooth underside. In practice, you squatted on the board in a low crouch and prayed to God, gravity and the Hawkman himself to let you land on your butt when you wiped out. Here's pro skater Steve Nesser to tell you more about what you can do with the board.
You can do all the basic skateboard maneuvers, flip the skateboard, push like you're skateboarding, you can grab the skateboard.
And here's the safety manual to tell you not to do that thing he just said.
You can grab the skateboard.
In fact,
Okay, no one ever read the safety manual. Honestly, didn't even know they had one.
Extensive safety instructions for Tony Hawk Ride might have been your
Those are just, we will not be sued because you were fucking stupid safety manual.
first clue that this slice of plastic was not 100% accident proof. If only it had sold better, we could have made a fortune with our Tony Hawk Ride add-on peripheral, the Aerosphere Skater Safety Suit. Guys, I finished playing Tony Hawk Ride.
I mean, more people could probably use bubble wrap for just daily activities, especially with this was like the prerequisite to TikTok. TikTokers need bubble wrap for everything they do.
Guys?
Jump! Oh. Yeah.
Did you guys, actually, we were taking a slight break real quick. Did you guys hear about Dubai? They added, now we'll watch it after this one. They added hover bikes to their police force. Technically, they added them in 2018, but they've actually started implementing them. So now they have hover bikes for their whole police force. We should take a look at that video.
Look at the water. We can go anywhere. Okay.
They're basically like drones that people ride.
The PlayOn Game Boat was a small inflatable dinghy peripheral designed for Kinect. You remember Kinect, the hands-free
it does sound
camera-based
dystopian.
gaming system.
We gotta
that
check it out,
didn't
though.
need peripherals? Remember, because you are the controller.
Hey, look, it's the Kinect.
Well, actually, you and this rubber boat are the controller, according to manufacturer Atomic Accessories. Except it's not even
I've
really a
never seen this
controller.
one.
You just stand in it while you play the rafting minigame from sports minigame collection Kinect's Adventures, like this real boy is doing for real in this real photograph. Now, there are some safety issues created by how the walls
I
of the
know
boat
they are.
form a perfect trip hazard.
There's a lot of cool Dubai videos. We should check out some of them. I don't know if I'd ever recommend visiting there. I have an interesting story about that.
When you're sidestepping left and right, as is required by the game. But the real issue is how the PlayOn Game Boat also claims you can use it on the water, like a real boat. Far be it from me to suggest that a video game accessory manufacturer doesn't know about shipbuilding, but just to be safe, I suggest that we don't go lake fishing in the 30 quid Kinect accessory.
But you could use it in like a pool maybe and maybe drown. I don't know.
Sailor? No.
Mehr Munition.
How many times have you been playing a first-person shooter and thought, I would be having a really excellent time if only every time I got shot in the game, I got electrocuted in...
Oh, well, they already have these. These are still in play. They've got heart rate monitors now. They've got the shot collars right now. They have the new haptic vests, which you can buy at Target.
real life. If you answered 0 times, then congratulations. You understand what the word electrocuted means.
The best part is they kept expanding on this idea. This is an 8-year-old video. And they're like, this is a terrible idea. Someone saw this video and they're like, fuck that, we're going to keep doing it. This one right here must have been ahead of its time. We should also take a look at the new version of the catwalk, which is the only. Do you want? If I ever do VR streams, we're gonna do it when I can buy a $3,000 catwalk, because well, technically they have sales on it to where it drops down to like $2,000 or $1,800, but we got to make it to where I get exercise.
That said, the makers of the Mindwire V5 controller clearly
There's some crazy rules in
know what
Dubai.
it means to be electrocuted, since they engineered and manufactured a controller that replaces the ordinary rumble sensations you get through your usual controller with electric shocks delivered through 5 pads you stick on your body. And yet they still thought,
that's cool. That is definitely ahead of its time. Now you have a fucking taser vest.
someone would pay £99 for the privilege.
Yes, people will legit pay over $100 for the privilege of this. I know it didn't work for this specific company, but people now are paying upwards of $500. Okay, well, we did see the video of the, remember the guy who made the SAO helmet that you shoots nails into your head at like 100 miles an hour? In fact, we have one of his videos potentially next. He's the one who added a, he created a, I think it was, here, let's take a look at it. It's called, here it is, putting a homemade jet engine on a swing. So yeah, people absolutely would pay $150 or more for the ability to be electrocuted.
£99. I can get that for free by jamming a fork in my toaster.
Yeah, but you jam a fork in your toaster, it's going to hit you with a much higher voltage point, and it might actually fucking kill you. It may not. This video is 8 years old.
Again, the quantity and severity of safety warnings accompanying the Mindwire gives us serious pause regarding the potential for accidents with a controller that gives you electric shocks. Like, do not touch the electro pads with your hands while the device is in
I mean, this is the same concept of TENS, right? Just a little bit different.
use. Doing this will cause electricity to take an undesirable alternate route through your body. Wow, really? But that's nothing compared to the safety warnings about where not to attach the 5 adhesive.
Okay, that's because, guess what? I bet you a bunch of people would fucking attach their adhesives right there. for extra stupidity.
Shock pads.
In fact, there's
Should have read the manual.
Don't give me AI ideas. Yeah. And you know they'll charge an arm and a leg for it too.
The average modern golf driver is 45 inches of, say, titanium. The average move controller is 8 inches of mostly plastic. In the ideal world, you wouldn't have to be hit in the face by either of these instruments. But if the revival of Craig David's musical career teaches us anything, it's that the world in which we live is...
Man, a lot of this video didn't age very well. Just with how much stupid shit there is now that capitalizes on all this stuff.
far from ideal. That is to say, if you had to choose, you'd rather not be whacked in the mush with a real, full-sized, full-weight golf club being swung around your living room at head height. And yet here we are, with the Universal Virtual Golf Set for PlayStation Move and Nintendo Wii from CTA Digital.
With the weight and feel of a real golf club.
Assuming your living room isn't the size of a driving range, you're going to run the serious risk of clobbering someone right in the kisser as they walk uncautiously near.
My living room would be fine if I angled things a specific way. But the problem is, you know, I don't want to hit the 85-inch TV in the living room with anything. So I just don't have Xboxes or anything linked to the big TV. I take that back. There is an Xbox link to it, but only for like YouTube and Crunchyroll and all the other shit we watch.
Bye.
You'll be able to improve your swing and get in the game like never before.
And if your living room is the size of a driving range, then greetings, the Sultan of Brunei. We're delighted you're watching our videos. Remember to like and subscribe, Your Highness.
The biggest thing is if your TV's high enough. Yeah, okay. They definitely have more shooting simulator vests out now. There's like at least 30 I can easily find. So...
How many times have you been playing a first-person shooter and thought, I would be having a really excellent time if only every time I got shot in the game, it felt like I was getting shot in real life?
I think the problem is a lot of the shooting vests and bodysuits and things like that are specifically meant for people who live stream. And live streaming 8 years ago was not as big. Was Twitch even around 8 years ago? Maybe. Twitch might be around 10 now. No, maybe not. Maybe Twitch is only 6 or 7 years old now. I don't know. But like, yeah, I mean, like, haptic vests, shock vests, basically anything that causes pain to the streamer is a huge bonus to most channels. If I wore a haptic vest that shocked me anytime you guys said I paused too much, I bet you a lot of people would have a lot more fun on the channel. Actually, that could be an option. We could do that. Jeff's going on too long of a rant about grapes and pineapples. Shock 'em.
None! That's right, because literally no one has ever thought that. Which makes the third space FPS gaming vest all the more bizarre because it's a kind of combat gilet peripheral that strikes you in the chest or back with 30 pounds per square inch of pressure every time you get shot.
Yep, and now there's a bunch of them, and they are very... Oh yeah, so I would have to make it so it could be free, right? Yeah, I can't remember what the TOS is for that. That's always weird. The TOS is so weird with Twitch. Like YouTube actually allows that one. But maybe Twitch doesn't. I'd have to actually look into it. I think the TOS for Twitch is you can't have a bunch of stuff that causes like a streamer or whatever physical pain in... No, that can't be 100% true though, because like you're not allowed to pay for torture, but you can do it for free. Is that how it works? Like, oh, well, like for instance, remember Vettel and Fillion did the shock collar thing. However, it wasn't controlled by their viewers. It was controlled by Neuro or Evil, one of the two. So technically, yeah, that could be a good point. I didn't even think about it that way. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, no, because I've seen a lot of shot color ones, but like Philian, she's done shot color stuff, right? But does her chat control it, or is it like just kind of like random based off her heart rate? Because I know the heart rate one is maybe a way around that. Yeah, that's it. We should look into. Maybe we should watch an entire video in Twitch TOS at some point. that could be interesting. Okay, yeah, so maybe you can't have chat control it. I mean, I guess that would make sense, because what happens if chat accidentally causes, like, cardiac arrest for someone? Would Twitch be in trouble? How would that work? Technically, I mean, you would kind of forcibly have to have people sign waivers, which, I guess... Oh... Well, my reactions are like long-winded discussions. So it's like, you want to see me in physical pain, huh? Maybe we do this maybe we do a private Patreon video for that one or something, and I just make it free. But I mean, as for haptic vests, these things are all over the place now. So half of this video makes sense. Some of it was stupid, like the fucking raft, really dumb. Obviously, the skateboard, really fucking dumb. Let's see here. What else was stupid? Well, okay, the shock one, that happens automatically all the time now. We have specific things for that one. Obviously, we have a ton of bad haptic vest ones. Yeah, that's about right.
But hey, the potential for actual accidents is probably not as high as, say, playing paintball without a face mask on. So if you're after a safer alternative to that, which is still reasonably painful, but without getting any of the healthy, fresh air of paintball, then knock yourself out.
Yeah, fuck outside. Outside's awful. Okay, imagine instead of getting hit in the back, like you get air pressure, but like someone hits you with an axe that like legitimately like shoves a knife into your back with pressure. That'd be ultra realistic. It draws blood.
It presents more challenges inside the third dimension. Mario Tennis, Tunnel Boxer, Red Alarm, Galactic Pinball, Virtual Boy, a 3D game for a 3D world.
Oh, you mean like a VR headset? But just like the prequel?
Play.
Back in 1995, before Oculus Rift was even a twinkle in the eye of the Facebook acquisitions department, Nintendo gave us the 3D
yeah, they are bringing it back.
the
Virtual Boy's kind of coming back, right?
This strange-looking device is the Virtual Boy. It's the successor to the Game Boy, and it's like a super handheld with a difference. All the games are in 3D.
The Nintendo Virtual Boy...
That was from 1995? Yeah. Okay, now the only downside is the old... Like, they had a, like, Sharper Image, for instance, had a lot of TV, you know, the projector headsets that basically made a TV appear in front of you, like, it felt like an actual projector, but it was like just a headset. And they were like $200, which, you know, in the early 2000s was pretty expensive, so like $400 now, maybe like $325 now, right? But still expensive for what it was. And so the downside is with the headsets is you got massive nausea and headaches because your eye could not basically your eye kind of felt like you were moving because of how it worked. So your brain could not figure out what the hell was going on. So it gave most people within half an hour crazy nausea and headaches, which is probably what the Virtual Boy did as well.
Boy was basically one of those Viewmaster toys on a wire book stand with a controller, and you played Mario Tennis on it.
There's a great feeling of depth when you play the games. This is a tennis game with Mario, Yoshi and all his mates.
If you've already noticed the drawback to this arrangement, then you're more ergonomically minded than mid-90s Nintendo, who presumably foresaw no issue with how you had to put the Virtual Boy on a table, lean in and crane your neck over it until you developed superhuman neck muscles, or profound curvature of the spine, whichever came first. And yet it still caused us fewer injuries than walking around playing Pokemon Go.
That's true. Pokemon Go killed so many people. Well, maybe not 100% killed people. A lot of people were injured, though, playing that fucking game.
Ellen, do you
I can't remember how many people died.
Oh, sorry, there was a Lapras.
Oh, it's only $100. That's not bad.
All right, those were the 6 Gimmick peripherals that we hope you don't have at home. If you do have at home, please use them very carefully and enjoy. And also,
Yeah, I mean, like, let's see here. Haptic vests, which I can't spell, even a little, apparently. Yeah, like, there's new haptic vests. This was 5 months ago. They added a ton of new versions over the last 6 months. This is a totally different one. This is a totally different one. Then you have, you know, the shock versions. So, like, oh, this one actually was the same one that shocked him. Yeah, so there's actually, like, versions that have, like, shocking built in. Of course, then you have that jackass who creates taser tag. Oh, did I watch that one already? Yeah, then there was this, which we've actually already seen this video, but so taser tag from this guy, if you've never seen Michael Reeves. So, yeah.